Welcome to Informative Explainer TV. Today, we're uncovering the secrets of the world's most dangerous gang, from their ruthless tactics to their global influence. Join us as we explore the dark and chilling world they inhabit. The Aryan Brotherhood, America's deadly prison gang, revealed. The Aryan Brotherhood, formed in the late 1960s within the California prison system, the Aryan Brotherhood emerged as a white supremacist gang designed to protect white inmates and promote racial segregation. Initially, they operated under a strict code of conduct and loyalty. Known for their organized structure and violent tactics, the Aryan Brotherhood wields influence through fear and intimidation. They control drug trafficking, extortion, and other criminal activities within and outside prison walls, leveraging their network for power. Their existence has sparked intense rivalries with other prison gangs, leading to violent conflicts both inside and outside correctional facilities. The Brotherhood maintains alliances with like-minded groups, solidifying their position in the criminal hierarchy. The Aryan Brotherhood's criminal portfolio includes drug smuggling, weapon trafficking, and orchestrating hits on rivals and law enforcement officials. Their operations extend beyond prison, impacting communities and law enforcement efforts nationwide. Infamous for high-profile murders, riots, and prison escapes, the Aryan Brotherhood has earned a fearsome reputation in the annals of American crime. Their actions have prompted extensive law enforcement scrutiny and crackdowns. The Sinaloa Cartel, Mexico's drug trafficking powerhouse, exposed. Sinaloa Cartel, founded in the 1980s in the Mexican state of Sinaloa. The cartel was spearheaded by leaders like Joaquin El Chapo Guzman and Ismael El Mayo Zambada. They quickly rose to prominence in the illegal drug trade. The Sinaloa Cartel controls major drug trafficking routes across Mexico and into the United States, smuggling cocaine, marijuana, methamphetamine, and heroin. Their sophisticated networks and corrupt ties enable them to evade law enforcement and expand their influence. Infamous for violence and intimidation, the cartel maintains control through coercion and bribery. They've infiltrated government institutions and law enforcement, ensuring their operations remain largely unchecked. Their dominance has sparked brutal turf wars with rival cartels like the Zetas and Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG, fueling violence across Mexico's drug war landscape. Strategic alliances with other criminal organizations bolster their power. Leaders like El Chapo Guzman have made headlines with audacious prison escapes, showcasing the cartel's ability to evade capture and continue operations despite international manhunts and extradition efforts. Beyond crime headlines, the Sinaloa Cartel's operations have deeply affected Mexican society, contributing to corruption, violence, and instability. Their influence extends into communities, politics, and economics, leaving a lasting imprint on the country. Inside, the Latin Kings. From community activism to criminal enterprise. The Latin Kings were founded in the 1940s in Chicago, initially as a social organization aimed at supporting Hispanic communities and combating racial discrimination. Over time, they evolved into a street gang known for their criminal activities. The Latin Kings operate under a hierarchical structure with regional chapters or tribes across various cities in the US and Latin America. They adhere to a strict code of conduct and loyalty, with leadership positions held by Incas and caciques. Infamous for their involvement in drug trafficking, extortion, robbery, and violence, the Latin Kings exert influence through intimidation and street-level criminal operations. Their activities often contribute to social unrest and crime in urban neighborhoods. The Latin Kings have engaged in violent conflicts with rival gangs, particularly with other Hispanic gangs and African-American gangs. These rivalries have fueled ongoing gang violence and territorial disputes in cities across the US. Over the years, the Latin Kings have faced extensive law enforcement scrutiny, resulting in numerous arrests and prosecutions. Their criminal activities have led to significant legal consequences and efforts to dismantle their operations. Despite their criminal reputation, some Latin Kings chapters have attempted to rehabilitate their image by engaging in community outreach and social programs. These efforts aim to address social issues and support disadvantaged youth. Unveiling the Crips, from neighborhood protectors to street gang powerhouse. The Crips were founded in 1969 in Los Angeles, California, by Raymond Washington and Stanley Williams, originally formed as a neighborhood protection group. They quickly evolved into a street gang known for their territorial control and criminal activities. The Crips operate under a structured hierarchy with local sets or chapters across different neighborhoods and cities. Leadership roles include original gangsters and shot callers who oversee operations and enforce gang rules and codes. Known for their distinctive blue attire, the Crips initially focused on protecting their neighborhoods from rival gangs, but soon expanded their influence through drug trafficking, robbery, and other illicit activities. Their presence extends nationwide and internationally. The Crips have engaged in violent conflicts with rival gangs, notably the Bloods, sparking decades of gang warfare in Los Angeles and beyond. These rivalries have contributed to widespread violence and social unrest in urban communities. Over the years, the Crips have faced extensive law enforcement crackdowns, resulting in numerous arrests, prosecutions, and efforts to dismantle their operations. Their criminal activities have had significant legal consequences and societal impact. Despite their criminal reputation, some Crips sets have attempted community outreach and social programs to address issues like gang violence, poverty, and youth engagement. These efforts aim to mitigate the negative effects of gang life. Exploring gang life, the 14K Triad, and their legacy in international crime. The 14K was formed in 1945 by Lieutenant General Kotsu Wong in Guangzhou, China. The 14K Triad emerged in the early 20th century in Hong Kong, initially as a patriotic organization resisting foreign influence. Over time, they evolved into a sophisticated criminal enterprise involved in various illicit activities. The 14K Triad operates under a hierarchical structure, with leaders known as dragonheads overseeing regional operations. They maintain a strict code of conduct and loyalty among members, using violence and intimidation to enforce control. Infamous for their involvement in drug trafficking, extortion, money laundering, and illegal gambling, the 14K Triad has established a global network spanning Asia, Europe, and North America. Their operations generate immense profits and influence. The 14K Triad has engaged in violent turf wars with rival triads, such as the Woxingwo and Sun Yi'an, competing for control over lucrative criminal markets. Strategic alliances with other criminal organizations bolster their power over the years. The 14K Triad has been implicated in high-profile criminal activities, including assassinations, smuggling operations, and corruption scandals. Their actions have drawn international attention and law enforcement scrutiny. Beyond their criminal activities, the 14K Triad wields significant influence in local communities through charitable donations and social welfare programs. This dual role complicates their public perception and societal impact. Today, the 14K Triad faces challenges from law enforcement crackdowns and internal power struggles. However, their adaptability and global reach ensure they remain a formidable force in the world of organized crime.